Look, class 9, in this class, we are going to study how different particles attract each other. Because look, there are different states of matter, and in each state of matter, there are particles. And particles tends to attract each other if they comes close with each other. As close they come, as stronger they pull each other in. Because the magnitude of force by which any two particles attract each other depends upon their closeness. But if particles comes close and particles start attracting each other, then there comes a question. What type of force they are exhibiting? What type of force is responsible there that is holding particles together in different states of matter? Whether it's solid, liquid or gas or of plasma, there are different states in which matter exists. But in all the states, one thing is common, and that is the force, intermolecular force or interparticle force. Okay? So that force depends upon what type of matter is that. What form of matter is that? Is that metal? Is that non-metal? Is that the combination of metal and non-metal? So it depends. So there are actually four different types of bonds which exist in chemistry. And in chemistry, those four bonds exist in different criteria, in different circumstances. So to understand that how particles attract each other, because commonly particles have charges, and positive charge and negative charge. And because of that charge, an atom has the power to attract another atom, and actually it's attracting the opposite charge which is present in the other atom. So actually class 9, there are four forces, four types of bond force that exist in matter. So I have written here, first is called ionic bond, second is called covalent bond, third is called metallic bond, and the last is called van der Waals bond. So actually there are four types by which any type of matter or matter particle can connect themselves with each other. They stay in different positions, they stay in different forms, but at the same time they exhibit their character in a particular circumstance. So let's read one by one. In ionic bond, what is ionic bond? Ionic means jahan pe ion bane, where ion gets formed. And how ion forms? Look, any atom is neutral in itself, but when electrons gets transferred, either atom gets extra electron, or it releases its outermost electron. Then in the case, the vacant electron will create the ion in this atom. This atom will now change into ion. So ion will be of two types, positive ion and negative ion. This is actually atom. ये atom ही है. But in the absence or in the extra number of electron. Because if any electron release off from the atom, it has that extra number of proton, and because of that extra number of proton, it becomes a positive ion. And if this atom accept any extra electron, it becomes a negative ion or negative atom. So look, in ionic bond, there is an attraction between positive atom and negative atom. I mean, positive ion and negative ion, they both connect with each other. But if one atom transfers its electron to another one, so one atom becomes positive and another one becomes negative, and finally, as we know that opposite charges attract each other, they contact with each other. So this is how ionic bond formed. This is because of the opposite charges of different atoms or molecules by which they get connected. First, I have written here examples: bases, metal oxides like NaCl, MgCl2, calcium sulfate, all this. Second is called covalent bond. Co means coexist, एक साथ. Valent means valency. When two atoms, especially non-metallic atoms like two oxygen atoms or two nitrogen atoms or two hydrogen atoms, how they connect with each other? Two non-metallic atoms connect with each other by sharing their outermost electron. they make a bond. They make a bond, and that's called covalent bond. Here, no charges are formed, no ions are formed, because they share electron. They do not transfer the electron, but they share their electron mutually. Like if there is an atom and there is another atom, this will share its electron, this will also share electron, and the shared electron forms a bond, and this bond is very strong, stronger than any bond. So that's why it is called covalent bond. Here no positive or negative ions formed, but they are very strong. It only exists in non-metals. Okay. Now the third bond. This one is called metallic bond. Metallic means, you can say that here it is written metallic. So in the metallic, metal word is there. So this bond only exists in metals. All the metals, gold, silver, iron, zirconium, plutonium, all the types of metal that exist naturally on earth, they actually exist in their original form because of this metallic bond. Because you have read in class 8 that metals have different types of tendencies like malleability, ductility, sonority. All these are in metal because of the metallic bond. And how this exists? Because of the free electrons. Free electrons are abundantly formed in metals. And these are the free electrons which actually forms themselves a cloud, electron cloud. And that electron clouds pull all the positive ions to it themselves. So all the electrons, free electrons, attract opposite charged atoms like positive atoms. So finally the bond becomes very strong, and this strongness decides whether the metal will be very hard or semi-hard or less hard. So it's about free electron, and that's why group 1 elements like sodium, potassium are very soft, because they have just one free electron they can exhibit. They can release just one electron. But as you go further in different groups, the hardness of the substance also increases because of the number of extra electrons which metal atom can release from themselves, okay, from their orbits. This bond only exists in metals. And the last bond we are talking about, van der Waals bond. This is the weakest bond of all. Weakest means this can be break by any means. This exists as a weakest bond as this bond forms dipole. What is dipole? Dipole is when two different charges, opposite charges, equal and opposite charges, plus charge and minus charge are separated by some distance. Then this forms a couple. This forms a dipole. So in dipole there are two charges, positive end and negative end charge. So two charges separated by some distance, and this is called a dipole. And when dipoles are formed, this will create van der Waals bond. Here what happens? This exists in different types of non-metals, like different types of gases. Here one molecule behaves as a dipole. But if a molecule exhibit the dipole criteria, dipole nature, then all the atoms similarly behave in the same way. Like you can see here, this atom has, this molecule or maybe atom or any complex compound has two different charges, plus end and negative end, positive end and negative end. This is a dipole, but this molecule is neutral. But because of the influence of this molecule, this also becomes a dipole. Like if there was a positive, so here comes a negative, and the opposite is here positive. So look, in van der Waals bond there's a polarization. Here poles are created, positive pole and negative pole in all the molecules, and finally they contact with each other, and in the return they forms a bond, and that bond is called van der Waals bond. This is the weakest bond that exists. Okay.